Well, good morning. Welcome to the first episode of Worship on Wheels. You know, during the lockdown, a lot of us can't really get out, go to church. And so we're looking for a way to do a little Bible study, just share our faith with one another. I got a lot of emails about this and requests if I would do this, and so let's do this. You know, I was thinking this week about the channel and what God's doing in my life. And I had a discussion with a friend of mine here recently. And the discussion went something like this. He goes, "Who do you think you are?" And he wasn't saying it like in an argumentative tone, like, "Who do you think you are, man?" He's like, "Who do you think you are? What are you as a man? And can you be anything that you are? You what you think you are?" Well, after a 30-minute conversation, I shared a verse with him. It's out of the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 7. And it says this: "As a man thinketh, he is." Now let me clarify that a little bit. And this is what I said to him. You know, I can think that I'm Mark Marquez, but I'm not. By the way, he's a famous motorcycle racer. I can think that I'm Leonardo da Vinci, but I'm not. The Bible doesn't say you are what you think you are. It says that what you think is what you are. As a man thinks, the things that consume your thoughts are what you are. If money consumes your thoughts all the time, and it's always a quest for another dollar, you're greedy. If anger and lying and the obsession, even with others doing those things, obsessing over being angry and over lying, you're probably a very angry person who's been known to stretch the truth. And if you're honest with yourself, as I have to be with me, then we could be angry liars. Well, that's pretty tough, isn't it? That's pretty hard. That's pretty hard stuff. So what consumes your thoughts? Are they things of goodness? Is it truth? Is it peace? Is it patience? Is it goodness? It's funny, before doing this ride today, Coach Vic told me, she goes, "Well, what does that mean about me?" I said, "Well, what consumes your thoughts?" And she goes, "My children." I said, "Of course they do. You're a mother. And you, I worry about you all the time." I said, "Yeah, you're a wife. I worry about our health. I worry about our children's health. You're a diligent steward of your body." The idea of what controls your thoughts, of what you are, shouldn't come as a surprise to any of us. So knowing these things, knowing that we are what we think, not what we think we are what consumes our thoughts, how does that help us at all? Well, I can tell you what you have to do. You have to harness your mind. You have to control what you think about. You have to think about good and wholesome things. I will tell you, the things that consume my mind most of the time is the taking care of other people, whether it be my mother, my children, my wife. Those things are valuable to me. They're very important to me. People are suffering, and that I have an opportunity to help them. Now, that doesn't make me a hero. Don't get me wrong. I'm not patting myself on the back here. Trust me, I'm not. What I am saying is this. My son years ago told me, my daughter had been diagnosed with cancer, and it was really bad. And he said, "Dad, what's going on between Allie with her health and whether she survives or not is between her and God. That's not between you and God. What's between you and God is taking care of her. Because, Dad, you take care of people better than anyone I've ever met in my life. That's all I've ever seen you do." My young son at the time gave The old Coach Bob, the big epiphany. As a man thinks, he is. Because he was right. God has given that burden to me, that desire, that blessing, the sweetness to take care of other people. I love taking care of Coach Vic. She laughs and says, you don't take care of me, you just help me out a little bit. So however you want to phrase it. But when we leave to go somewhere, I'm looking for a crack in the sidewalk. I'm looking for, is the bathroom door wide enough? What can I do to make her life a little sweeter? So what consumes your mind today? Is it things of goodness? And if not, harness those thoughts and realize that you are comprised of way more than what people see. In fact, I would say that what people see is the smallest part of what you actually are. The bulk of you is mind and soul. Those last much longer than the body. And no one can see those things. That's what you really are. The book of Romans tells me, and when I say it tells me, it tells you too, but when I read things, I read it like this. Coach Bob, do not be, where just the Bible would just say do not be. I put the Coach Bob on there because I believe God's speaking to me. It says, Coach Bob, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed. I am supposed to be renewed, washed daily, regenerated daily in my walk with Christ. A renewing, a refreshing of my mind, so that all of the anger and bitterness of the preceding day doesn't consume my mind and turn me into something that I was never created to be. What consumes your thoughts today? I pray that there are things of goodness, things of greatness, and that God has His hand in your life. Now, go change the world.